This is Linear Equations 6.5, finding the equation of a line given a single point and the slope. So in this lesson, we're looking at the point-slope form of an equation. So I want to find an equation, for example, that has a slope of 3 over 2 and goes through a certain point. But one thing I don't know is its b value or the y-intercept value. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put just the bare bones y equals mx plus b equation that I have. So I have y equals mx plus b. Now I know the slope, so y is equal to 3 over 2x plus b, but I still don't know that b. But I do have a point, and with this point, I can now solve for b. So I have a 2 and a 4, so 2 is my x value and 4 is my y value. And I can substitute them directly into the equation I have and solve for b. So I'm going to substitute 4 in, and that's equal to 3 over 2. And I'm going to substitute the 2 for the x, which is my point. My point is 2 and 4 here. And I'm now left with one kind of variable, one unknown, and that's my b value. So I'm just going to move this up here. So the first thing I'm going to do, 3 over 2 times 2. Oh, look at that. 2's cancel out, and I'm left with 3. So I have 4 equal to 3 plus b. Bring this over to here, change the sign. Negative 3 plus 4 is equal to b. And just move it up here. Negative 3 plus 4, which is 1. 1 is equal to b. Therefore, my equation is going to be y equals to 3 over 2x plus 1. So there I go. I figured out my equation just from my slope and a single point. Let's now try a word problem. I have Helen, and she sells Xbox games at her store. She makes a commission of $5 on every game she sells, plus her weekly salary. This week, she sold 50 games and made $450. So I want to know, what is her weekly salary? So right now, I have a bunch of information, and I want to kind of put it into a y equals mx plus b type equation. So I know that she makes $5 here on every game she sells. So right there, that's the rate of change. So I know that my slope, my m, is going to be $5 per game. I want to try to find out her cost, so I'm not sure what that is, but I do know, or actually, scratch that. I want to know what she makes, so her overall total, so T, and that is going to be $450. But what I don't know is her fixed cost, so her so-called B value. That's what I got to find out. And I also have G, that's going to kind of be my X values, T is going to be my Y value. So I can set it up like this. So her total is equal to $5 for every game G that she sells, plus her B weekly salary. I know her total, $450, is equal to $5, and she sold 50 games. That I know right here. So she sold 50 games, so 5 times 50 plus b. Now both these pieces of information, the 50 and the 450, I got that right from my equation, or my problem. I have to be able to pick out these pieces of information. That's kind of like the point of either the EQAO test or a regular unit test. We have to be able to distill a word problem into its component variables. Every time you see like $5 on every game or per game or that sort of thing, well, I know that's probably going to be my rate of change. That's probably going to be my slope. I know she sold 50 games, so it's $5 per game. Well, I know that. And the total is more often than not going to be my dependent variable or my y variable. Getting back to the question, I now have everything I need plus one unknown, and I can now algebraically solve this. So I have 450, 5 times 50 is $250. So that's what she made just in commission, plus B. So 250 plus something equals 450. Now, most of you probably now figured it out. It's probably 200, but let's just figure it out algebraically. I'm now going to bring this over to this side. 450, since I brought it over, I changed the sign. 250 equals B. 450 minus 250, well, that's 200. So 200 is her weekly salary, and she made $250 in commission because she had a good week and sold 50 games. So this is using a point and the slope to figure out the equation of a line.